Winter feels slow, cold, and unmotivating. It's the season of sleeping in, ordering fast food, and telling yourself you'll get serious in the spring. But what if this is actually the best season to build the habits that will change your life? While everyone else is falling off, what if you did the opposite? Early mornings, quiet focus, finally starting that thing you've known for months, maybe years, that you should begin. This isn't a winter slump, this is your winter arc. First off, sorry for the fact that my voice sounds awful. I'm sick, but we are going to get into it with some winter arc talk today. I'm going to tell you the practical things that I am doing to create my own winter arc. So let's get into it. First, just to expand on this slightly, there are so many bad habits that I feel we fall into when it is so dark and dreary. Depends on where you are in the world, obviously, but in a lot of places, this after Christmas slump is just hard to get through. And I think that's where we are very vulnerable to falling back into old habits. But given that you are being forced to be maybe inside a lot more than during, say, the summer, it's also an opportunity where you can work on yourself and maybe instill habits in a very regimented way that maybe are harder to do during times of the year where you are maybe being more social or going on more trips or doing more other things outside. So, getting into that, I'm going to talk about a few examples that I am doing, but of course, you could, maybe there's a business you've been wanting to start. Maybe you have been wanting to learn a new language and you've just never gotten around to it. It could be a variety of things, but what if you chose like literally 2 or 3 things to really commit yourself to and put it into practice? So, I'm going to give a couple of examples. First one for me is that I am literally awful, like so awful at waking up in the morning. I have always been a deep sleeper and a night owl, so that's been really hard for me. But one of the things that I am doing right now is getting up at the exact same time every day. I know this sounds corny, but I am getting up every single day at 6:26 a.m. because it's 2026. And I just chose that time. Sometimes I get up earlier, but like this is the latest I'm allowed to wake up. So I do not allow myself to wake up any later than this. I am documenting it in like the most unhinged way ever. I'm going to show you the spreadsheet. So I have this spreadsheet where every single morning I screenshot right when I wake up, and I'll like annotate it in some way to personalize it. So this day I was like, I really need coffee. And then I put the date, and I have literally all 365 slides ready to go for this year. And obviously, you don't need to do it necessarily for like just 2026, or maybe if you want to do a year-long challenge, you can. You could also do it for like even just a month or something, or 2 months, just to get into the habit. But yeah, that's one of the unhinged kind of things that I've been doing. It is really like unique for me to always be getting up at the same time. For me, typically it would depend on like how late was I, working the evening before, what was, am I going to like an early workout class or am I not? Like that all impacts it. But studies have been showing how important it is to wake up at the same time every day. So I'm really trying to commit myself to that. And so far, it's made a massive difference for me. That being said, I've literally been doing it only since January 1st. So do I have great grounds to stand on? No. But that being said, hopefully it may inspire others to, instill some sort of habit like that for themselves. And yeah, if you want to document it in some sort of unhinged slideshow, power to you, because I've sort of been enjoying doing it. And I intend to continue doing it for the rest of 2026. Now, moving on, like I said, maybe it's learning a new language. Maybe it's training for that half marathon you've been aspiring to do for months or maybe even years. Maybe it's starting a business. It could be any array of things for you. But I think every single person has like that one thing that like they know that it would absolutely make their life a lot better if they could like get a handle on that, or if they started that, or maybe it's just something in the back of your mind that you feel badly about that you've never actually been able to put into action. But honestly, the time is now. Just start it. It may actually make these dreary winter months more fun for you. And I think there's also something to be said about esteem that gets built behind doors. So I think like the things that you do behind doors like that impacts the way that you present yourself in real life. So the more that you are disciplined in your personal life, even if literally no other person knows about it, it is going to impact the way that you present yourself and the way that you carry yourself and your confidence in the public, even if they have no idea. And I think it's subconscious. I truly think it is a subconscious thing that you are going to feel better about yourself, and it's going to reflect in every area of your life. So challenge for this winter arc is, I presented one of mine, but select something that you want to commit to and just do it. And my advice would be to not make it some sort of thing that maybe you do like, I don't know, every second day or like every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something like that. Do it every single day. Do it 7 days a week, because it's actually way easier to build the habit that way, and it will be way easier not to fall off. If it is something that you were doing every single day, it's truly just going to become ingrained in you, and you're going to become so much more proud of yourself too. So don't fall into the trap of like maybe making some sort of system where you're doing it every second day, or maybe you're like making some sort of other type of schedule so that it's a little bit more sustainable. I get that that feels more sustainable, but truly doing something every day, for me at least, and I think for many others as well, is the key to success. So hopefully this inspires someone. Really cringing at my own sick voice, but power to you guys and good luck.